Welcome to the Explainer. So, you want to build a powerful English vocabulary, right? Well, today we're going to crack the code. Forget just counting words. We're diving into a much smarter, more effective way to learn, one that actually sticks with you for the long haul.
All right, here's what we've got lined up for you. We'll kick things off by looking at that popular 10 words a day challenge. Then we'll get into the actual science of how your brain remembers things. After that, I'll show you some awesome tools and creative memory hacks. And finally, we'll put it all into practice.
So, let's talk about this 10-word-a-day challenge. I'm sure a lot of you have tried it, setting this big goal to learn 10, maybe even 20 new words every single day. But is more always better? Does playing the numbers game really get you to fluency?
You see this goal all over the place online, and it makes sense. We all want to feel like we're making progress. But if you talk to experienced language learners, they'll tell you there's a way more important question we should all be asking.
And here it is. This Reddit user absolutely nailed it. The key isn't about cramming words into your brain. It's about making sure you can actually retain them. The real goal here is to remember the words and, be able to use them in a real conversation. This really shows the big shift in mindset you need. On one side, you've got cramming, which is all about quantity. It feels overwhelming, and let's be honest, it leads to forgetting. But on the other side, you have smart retention. This is all about quality over quantity. It feels so much more achievable, and it's what actually gets you to fluency.
Okay, so if retention is our main goal, how do we actually do it? Well, to remember words for the long term, we need to dig into the science just a little bit. There are two really powerful concepts from cognitive science that are going to completely change how you study.
First up is something called active recall. It's a simple idea, but it's so powerful. It's the process of actively pulling information out of your memory. Think of it like a workout for your brain. The effort you use trying to remember a word is what actually strengthens that memory. So how do you actually do this? It's simple. Stop just rereading your vocabulary lists. Instead of passively looking at a word and its definition, you need to actively test yourself, cover up the answer, and force your brain to come up with it. That little struggle is the secret ingredient for long-term memory. Now, the second key concept is spacing. This is all about spreading out your review sessions over time. Your brain builds way stronger memories when you look at information at increasing intervals, like a day later, then a few days later, then a week later. It's so much more effective than trying to cram it all in at once. So we've got the science down, active recall and spacing. Now let's get practical. How can we actually build this into our daily routine? Let's check out a few really powerful tools that will help you do exactly that. You've got some great options here. There are classic flashcards, of course, a perfect tool for active recall. Then you have spaced repetition systems, or SRS. These are digital tools like Anki or Quizlet that basically put the whole spacing thing on autopilot for you. And they're all built on a really simple but powerful idea. And that's the Lightner system. It's brilliant. You have different boxes for your flashcards. New words start in box 1, which you review every day. Get it right, it moves to box 2, which you only review every few days. Get it right again, it goes to box 3, and so on. But here's the genius part. If you get a card wrong at any point, it goes all the way back to box 1. This forces you to focus your energy on the words you actually struggle with. Okay, systems are awesome, but the real magic happens when you bring your own personality and creativity into your learning. So let's explore some fun and really effective memory hacks that go way beyond just flashcards. Research shows that stuff like grouping words by topic is super effective, but the real game changer is creating personal associations. This is where you link new words to things you already know, like your own memories and even your own language. Let me show you a fantastic example of this. Let's say you're a Russian speaker, and you're trying to learn the English word puddle. This is so clever. The Russian word for fallen sounds a lot like puddle. So you create this funny little mental image. On a rainy day, I have fallen into a puddle. By connecting the sound of the new word to this vivid memory in your own language, that new word becomes almost impossible to forget. And you can do this with any language. All right, let's pull all these ideas together and put them into practice. Instead of just memorizing a random list, let's really learn 2 of the most common and useful verbs in English by seeing how they work in the real world. First up is the verb have. This one is an absolute must-know. You're going to hear it and use it constantly in everyday conversations. It's a real workhorse of the English language, used for everything from owning things to just describing experiences. Just look at how versatile it is. You can have a question, you can have a pet, or you can even have lunch. Seeing the word in all of these different contexts is so much better than just memorizing a dry definition. Next up, we've got the verb make. This is another powerhouse. It's all about creating, producing, or causing something to happen. And again, context is everything. You can make physical things, like jewelry or breakfast, but you can also make a mistake or make someone feel an emotion. This is that deep contextual learning that really gets you to fluency. So, when you boil it all down, the ultimate goal isn't just to learn words, it's to build a consistent daily habit, a ritual of engaging with English in a way that's actually effective and, believe it or not, enjoyable. This is the crucial takeaway. It's time to stop counting words and start making connections. You need to shift your focus from asking, how many words did I learn, to how can I actually use this new word? That right there is the secret to real progress. Just think about that for a second. Imagine the conversations you could be having. Your real potential for communication isn't trapped in some arbitrary number. It's unlocked by the methods you use to learn. So, what are you waiting for? Start making those connections today.